Hi Aquarius, welcome to the video. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You have a January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. The year card of the year is the Seven of Swords. So this card is about betrayal, lies, deceit, things like that. About so when to be to take this sort of energy into consideration with the whole reading. It doesn't have to mean that the whole year will be about that, and it doesn't have to mean that that's going to be like the one thing that happens to you throughout the year. But it is an important factor of the year. Maybe something that changes you, or something that really influences you, or leads you to make a certain important choice. But overall, energy of the year is the Seven of Swords. Overall romance energy of the year is give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, and this is especially for February, Five of Cups. And interestingly, in February, it's a woman who is regretting the loss of I think it was three cups, not realizing that she has a few more cups near her. I think that's what this one is. Yeah, especially with this bit here, that big pot next to her. So she's mourning the loss of these pots, not realizing that there's one big one right here next to her. So for some of you, that may be an especially strong message where it's basically to look at the brighter side and to look at what you do have. Give relationship a chance. So not to just focus on the negatives of your relationship. And this could be about like family relationships as well, or friendships, but specifically it's about romance, and this is the romance oracle deck. So work on your partnership. So seeing the brighter side, not giving up. So for most of you in February, since I've already started in February, there may be this energy where you feel like giving up on something, where you're more focused on the negative than maybe you usually are, and you feel like giving up on something, but there is a brighter side to it. There is still hope. Basically, there is a big pot of gold next to you that you're not seeing. Then now jumping on to January, Seven of Cups. So with the Seven of Cups, I'm seeing an important choice being made. It's not just an important choice. I feel like it's a choice that could that is really weighing a lot on you. So it's a choice where, for example, depending on which one you choose, could have a really big impact on your life. Or for example, maybe you could gain something great from this choice. It's like, for example, you're given a few boxes, and in one box is like, I don't know, a mansion, keys to a mansion or something, and another box is keys to a car, and another box is just a stone, and you have to choose which box. That's what I'm getting from this card. So where you have to make a choice, a very important decision that could influence you in that sort of way. Since although this is the Seven of Cups, so that's also about like illusion, or in a way illusions, manifestations, stuff like that. But with the way this Seven of Cup is, I am seeing this as an important choice being made, like kind of like drawing a lottery ticket where you may not know what your actions could lead to. But you have to be careful and choose wisely, because there could be like snakes under one cup or something else under another cup. So with the Five of Swords, that is well, with this card, I am seeing that as thinking too much, overly thinking. So that's for March. So maybe some of you will be thinking too much. Maybe some of you will be some of you may be taking on other people's thoughts or other people's worries, because I see this person at the back seems to be free of their troubles, and it seems to be going to this person here. Some of you may be taking on other people's troubles or worries. Some of you may be lending an ear to someone close to you. So you may do something nice for someone, but it turns out to be more than maybe you were planning. So for example, lending it, saying like, for this just as an example, offering someone help, but not expecting them to need as much help as you thought with something. So for example, like picking something up for someone, and then I don't know, there's more stuff to pick up. Just stuff like that. Some of you it's more about thinking too much, because headaches, the chatter in the head, the chatter in the mind. For some of you it's more about taking on other people's worries and troubles. With the Hermit for April, that is again not inclusion. Well, I guess inclusion in the sense of staying at home, staying indoors, staying within. Not just so some of you may be retreating to like your shells retreating within, so not opening up to other people, opening up to mostly people, situations. So retreating within, being a bit more introverted, maybe not really feeling like talking to people much, or letting people like into your heart space too easily. For some people it's more about reflecting, basically reflecting on things that have happened before, and things presently, and maybe even in the future. So I do see the Hermit as a card about change, and like inner change, finding your inner self, knowing yourself better, exploring yourself, exploring who you are. So that's a very spiritual card there for April. For May, so there's lots of cups energy here as well. Well, not specifically cup energy, mostly water energy, lots of blue here. With the amount of blue, I would say the first half of the year, especially with June being down here as well, the moon. So the first half of the year will be quite emotional. With all this like blue energy, maybe a bit mellow as well. For some people, it could be more mellow, more chill. So chill. I do see the Hermes kind of a chill card. For some people, it's more sorrowful, a bit sad, maybe a bit depressing as well. Maybe hearing news, there could be news, the clutter being news. So all the news going on, and maybe too much of that is should I say cluttering the mind, or I don't know. So then, yeah, with the Ten of Cups, I do see kind of like for some people an end to this sort of isolation of the Hermit. So finding comfort in other people, in someone else specifically, could be a friend, could be a lover. Ten of Cups, it's usually about starting a family as well. Completing your social circle, completing your social life. So maybe finally finding that person you feel you can really be yourself around. For some people, maybe for most people, it's mostly about balancing, because it does seem like they're on a hammock. So balancing your social life and being able to finally find that balance between having time for yourself and other people. Um, for some people, it's just expanding your social life. So there's a few different messages for May. Then for June, you have the moon. So that is deep inner secrets. That's deep inner truth. That's also it's the case where you really dive deep into your emotions. You really dive deep into your deeper self, your past, deep conversations, stuff like that. So I do also see like crossing the boundaries. So like the boundary could be anything, could be a boundary. By anything I mean in terms of what boundary means to how do I explain by hard to explain, but by anything I don't mean just anything, but um a boundary, this kind of boundary could be exploring the boundaries of your emotions, or your or for example what you're comfortable with, or what you've done before, so your experience. So that's what I mean by different kinds of boundaries. um Also, I'm seeing with this card, because it kind of reminds me of the Little Mermaid, so sacrificing something for something else, or trying to experience new things. um but generally, this card is about secrets. It's about revealing the truth, finding the truth, and going deeper within, like deeper than one's ever gone before. And there could be so much pressure as well. So the deeper you go in the ocean, the more pressure there is. So that sort of really diving in deep. It could be about psychology as well. Maybe some of you will be learning more about your own psychology, or learning about general psychology, or learning about someone else's psychology. But this is also a card about psychology. Um, then so that's for June, and I think Cancer sign starts in June as well, so that's interesting. That could be important for some of you. Really nice, like you could say, coincidence. Queen of Wands for July. Queen of Wands, Leo starts in July as well. So that's another interesting. Oh, you have strength, Leo energy there. So and that's for August as well. So with the Queen of Wands, that is a more playful energy. It's much more light. It's like more light-hearted. It's like weight off your shoulders, because this is fire is gas. Gas is very light, very you can't get a grip of it. So emotions where it's not fleeting, but you can't really get a grip of it. You can't really define how you're feeling, and you can't really hold on to it. So you just feel it and live it. So that's I'm not sure how to describe this sort of emotion. It's like almost like fireworks. So there's great joy in is that yeah, July. Great joy in July. And also feeling your own space. So being able to really understand your space and feel your space and take your space, grasp your space. And really feeling warmth in your surroundings. So I guess you could say less isolation, less loneliness, but having fun being by yourself. So being able to be by yourself, and being happy with that, being okay with that. Um, and finding new ways to have fun as well. I'm seeing with this card, but embodying playfulness. You have the strength card here in August. So strength, it could be something like where. So for some of you, it could be more about being able to gain your strength back, being able to find your strength. Some of you is more about a situation where you need to have strength. For some people, it's also about knowing restraint, knowing when to hold back, or when to hold back. Yeah, knowing when to hold back. And we also have the lamb here, so this is about innocence typically. And you have the lion, which is more I guess you say raw energy. It's predatory. It's kind of fierce and can be scary. So being able to understand and balance and skillfully wield um the whole of yourself, so your good and negative aspects. Also, it's like kind of like grabbing a sword that's double edged and being able to swing that sword around with strength. So facelessly. So being able to grab hold of your own strengths. So then you have the Ace of Wands, so new beginnings, especially passionate beginnings. So this could be about romance, could be simply about passion, could be about like hobbies, that sort of passion, or romantic passion. Um, and this is for, let's see, August, September. So September, new passions. Again, romantic or hobby wise. But that's nice. A new flame being lit. Then you have the 10, so two tens. And I think technically, so yeah, two tens, 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles. So this is again completion. This is a really solid foundation as well. So it's like having stood up for so long and your legs being uncomfortable and then building a chair, finding that chair is completely, now you can finally rest and sit down, kind of like that. So building towards something for so long where you finally reach that goal and you can now finally relax and enjoy it, enjoy what you've built. So that is for November, is it? Oh no, it's for October. um I also just realized the lanterns in the sky. So there is this like joyful energy as well up there. I think it looks like chains or diamonds holding them together. So being bound with people, being bonded with people, and in a joyful way. So being able to connect with people and get into your roots. It could also be about family, and there's quite a few like family aspects of this. Some of it could be about family, so being able to really strengthen the bond between yourself and other family members. Um, could be something else completely. Could simply be exploring your roots. Then you have Six of Wands, it's recognition. Recognition really goes off the Ten of Pentacles. So after completing whatever it is, especially if it's something to do with a hobby that you've started in the previous month, Ace of Swords, especially if it's to do with this that you've completed, then you're gaining recognition, being recognized for your efforts, being recognized for what you've done, for what you've put in, and for your talents. So some of you could even be getting a reward or simply getting appreciation, receiving appreciation from the masses, from a large amount of people. Um, then you have the King of Swords. So some of you could be simply attending a concert, so being able to meet your favorite celebrity if you're able to. So then the King of Swords is I'm seeing this for December. So someone who is able to make decisive choices logically, who's able to set aside their emotions to make the most logical decisions, to make the most logical actions for whatever benefits. So if you may be being a bit more logical in December, maybe I'm relying more on your intellect than anything else. Maybe having to kind of cool down the flames a bit, mellow down the water, and think more rationally. Taking into consideration all the facts and everything you know about whatever it is, before making a choice. So that's for December, and being calm and chill. So I think I've mentioned everything. Just bring these back down. So again, Seven of Swords, overall energy. Romance energy is give your relationship a chance. That was specifically for February, but it could be about any other month as well. In case you're interested, at the top of the Light Seers deck, you have this card. And after that, you do have this card. So two swords, Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords. So these are both about thinking too much, nightmares, overthinking, thoughts that tie you up and don't allow you to move, don't give you freedom. So your own thoughts that restrict your freedom. You do have the Ten of Cups at the top of the Witch's Tarot, and then Karma. But I think because that's another 10. So you have two Ten of Cups. I have the Queen of Wands. So you have two Queens of Wands and two Ten of Cups. So do take into consideration those two cards especially. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles, and then one more because out of curiosity, Seven of Wands. So yeah, you have two queens and two tens in case you're interested. And thank you for watching. Hopefully this resonated. If you liked it, you can like, share, comment, and subscribe.